Most guys only know 2 levels in the gym. Push a set to all-out failure, potentially going for reps that you might actually miss in the gym, having to put the weight down, and stopping sets so short of failure that they might look like a warm-up set. And with the idea of reps in reserve, RIR, or rate of perceived exertion, RPE, both being methods used to gauge the intensity of a set, over time I've found that most advanced athletes, they're able to accurately use these as measurement tools. But most average guys, they're the ones who end up undershooting their intensity on these sets. And they end up as those guys who put the bar down way too early during a set. I often suggest on this channel that training 1 to 2 reps shy of failure is the ideal training intensity for each set, especially if you train with higher volumes and your main focus is muscle gain. But I'll often still have guys sending me footage of them performing their sets and they're stopping them 4, 5, or even 6 reps from failure. So instead of me just giving you a scale to follow, I'm going to show you an easy way to determine if your set is 1 to 2 reps shy of failure. Taking all the emotion and thinking out of it when you train, let's use bench press as an example. Say I loaded your 10 rep max up on the bar, meaning you can get 10 reps, but if you went for an 11th, it'd be an all-out grinder and you'd miss the rep. Let's also assume you can't see the weight on the bar. You don't know how heavy it is. And I told you to do as many reps as you could possibly do with solid technique. But here's a catch. You cannot miss a single rep, meaning you have to stop that set as soon as you get to a rep that you're not 100% certain you can complete. And a spotter is not allowed to help. Most guys, by rep 9, the speed of that rep is going to significantly slow down, to the point that you know from how slow that rep was that the 10th rep is going to be a real grind. And you might not even be able to get it. Instinctively, you're probably going to call it a set there. And if you had no spotter at all, that's probably going to be why you're going to call it for safety reasons. Although I've seen some guys in the gym do reps that they have no business ever attempting, but we're going to give them a pass on that today. My point being that you should perform every single rep up to the last clean rep that you can complete. That ends up being realistically 1 rep shy of failure, or an RPE 9. And for all you guys like me who train alone, even if you think you're training to failure, you're probably going to stop each set roughly 1 rep shy of failure due to the fact that you don't have a spotter to pick the barbell up. And if you ever watched me train, I don't miss reps in the gym. And that's because of this one simple reason. I always know when I get that last slow repetition, that means it's time to rack it. Because when I train, my goal is not to miss reps. It's to keep 1 to 2 repetitions in the tank each set. This keeps my training quality high. It keeps me from training so intensely that my recovery can become an issue. And it allows me to train in that sweet spot where the stimulus is high, but the fatigue is not so high that it burns me out. So if you ever just want to ditch the idea of RPE or RIR, just know that you can perform each set until the last clean rep is done. Then you should rack the weight. If your goal is 1 to 2 reps in the tank, you should never be missing reps in the gym. You put that bar down as soon as you're not 100% certain that you can get another rep. You don't get bigger or stronger in the gym by missing repetitions. And there's also a time and place that you should be training maybe further from failure, 3 to 4 reps shy of failure. And there's also benefits to training as low as 1 rep in the tank or 0 reps in reserve. Most effective training does in fact occur from 4 to 0 reps in reserve, but the sweet spot for most sets is 1 to 2. And if you want the exact routines that I recommend, the ones that were designed specifically to build muscle using proven old school bodybuilding training methods, all my old school mass gain programs are down below in the description. And as always, if you guys want to see more of the best original bodybuilding content just like this, make sure to hit subscribe.